Johnny Carson. Then for a nightcap of laughter, it's Late Night with David Letterman and his guests, actress Carol Kane and boxer Randall Tex Cobb. The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson and Late Night with David Letterman. The best in late night entertainment is on NBC.
An accident erased her memory.
Who am I?
Now her husband is a stranger.
I've never seen you before.
And her family needs her love.
I missed you, Mom. It's been a mistake. Go! Please go!
Lindsay Wagner and Armand Asante face the challenge together.
We're gonna get it all back.
Inspired by a true story, Stranger in My Bed, Monday.
I'm Vic Vetters. Coming up next on Eyewitness News Nightcast, the latest on that chemical leak and train wreck in Taylor.
It is a tense situation here in Taylor. I'm Rich Noonan. Brian Francis and I will have a live report coming up next.
Dan Gallagher will sort out the details of a chemical explosion in Northampton County today. And a local community college will soon receive big money for high-tech changes. Mark Hiller, of course, will have the AccuWeather forecast. And Jim Miller will have basketball, high school style. Nightcast is next.
There's only one thing you've got to do. Well, have lots of fun.
I'm new here.
It's the new Hollywood Square.
This is Jim Miller for Eyewitness Sports. When WBRE television covers a sporting event, we do it right. In preparing for the Fiesta Bowl, Sid Michaels hit the road to get the Miami side of the story, while Bill Longworth and I landed in Tempe, Arizona, days before the competition. WBRE had 3 bowl specials, plus live daily satellite feeds on the biggest event of the college football season. Eyewitness Sports was the only local station to broadcast live from the Fiesta Bowl after the game. Eyewitness Sports. Nobody works harder.
Eyewitness News Nightcast on your radio, WXBX Hazleton.
This is Eyewitness News, serving northeastern and central Pennsylvania with regional news bureaus in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and Williamsport. Vic Vetters has the latest news. Mark Hiller with your AccuWeather forecast and Jim Miller's sports report. This is Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Good evening. It looks like an all-nighter for about 2,500 people in Taylor. A derailed tanker is still dripping a highly flammable chemical at the D&H Railyards. Efforts to clean up the mess remain stalled until an expert and some equipment arrive. Emergency management people evacuated residents within a half mile of the leak about 9 hours ago. Let's find out how some of them are coping, but first an update on the cleanup. Let's go to Rich Noonan in the Live Eye, the command post in Taylor. Rich?
Vic, I am with a very tired David Noakes, the mayor of Taylor. He has been at it all day. He's got the latest information. We are at the command center, and Mr. Mayor, you walked in a few minutes ago. I grabbed you. What's the situation now?
The demolition expert from King of Prussia is on his way in, and he expected to arrive at the overturned car seen at the D&H station at 11:30 p.m. this evening.
Then what happens?
Then he will take command of the uprighting of the car and the sealing of the special cover to go on the cap to prevent any seepage if there is any.
How long till the people can go back to their homes?
This is questionable when the cranes can upright the car and the new track is laid and the car is uprighted, and I would suggest probably 2 to 3 hours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hang in there. Brian Francis has been speaking to some of those people all throughout the night. Brian, it's been a tough situation for everyone here. And how are they coping?
Well, you can imagine how these folks felt when they received word of the news only this afternoon, actually earlier this evening. When they were told to evacuate this afternoon, they were told to take enough belongings just to last a few hours, and they'd be returning around 7, 8, maybe 9 o'clock this evening. Well, when the evacuation took place this afternoon, they were praising the means by which the Taylor Borough officials evacuated from their homes. Tonight, they had no praise whatsoever for the crews trying to fix the problem that's been keeping them out of their homes.
Have to stay here. So we're going to
Word of the delay was brought to the evacuees around 8:30 tonight, the time they thought they would be going home. They were asked to call on the favors of any friends or relatives to put them up for the night. Otherwise, they would have to sleep on cots in the high school cafeteria.
So that if you have any relation that you might know of, a friend that's outside of the area, call them and say to them, hey, I need your assistance for the night.
Of the 2,500 Taylor residents evacuated this afternoon, only about 85 came to the high school tonight. The rest were already staying with family and friends. This afternoon, as Jack Thomas was leaving his house, he was optimistic he would return in just a few hours.
They'll probably upright it, without any incident, but as a precautionary measure, it's better that they move out,
But tonight, as the hours wore on, his optimism was gone, and he was worried about his home, about 250 feet from the spilled tanker.
Well, all of our possessions are there. Naturally, we're worried, you know what I mean? But I'm sure the good Lord will pull us through okay.
Now, at this moment, most of the 85 people who were staying at the Riverside Junior Senior High School have found residency with friends and family throughout the Taylor, Old Forge, or Lackawanna County area. And as Vic said earlier, crews will be on the scene throughout the night tonight. And Rich, we will be here throughout the night. Photographer Bill Sawyer and I will be covering the situation should anything develop throughout the night.
Brian, I've been at the command center all night, and I haven't gotten to go outside. What is happening outside?
Well, the downtown area, the evacuated area, is virtually a ghost town. The police and volunteer firemen from the area have set up a virtual lock around the area, and it's very difficult to break through that barrier. There is a very heavy patrol of state police vehicles, Taylor Borough vehicles, and Old Forge vehicles covering this area. They're watching for looters, and tonight we did see a few people arrested in the area just for going into the area. They were nowhere near a home, but they were picked up and arrested and taken in by the police. What's going to happen to them, we don't know at this point.
Brian, thanks a lot.
Okay, Rich.
Well, that's the situation from here right now, and as you, Brian alluded to, it's a ghost town right now, and there is a problem with people coming into the area to see what's going on. Once again, we've done it before on live television. We'll warn you again, stay away from the area until the mayor of the town or some official tells you it's okay to come back. A lot of people have expressed that they would like to return to their homes tonight. It's just not possible if you're within a half-mile radius of the wreckage scene. Vic?
All right. Thanks a lot for the update, gentlemen. To underline what's been said so far tonight, about 2,500 people have been evacuated in Taylor, people living in a half-mile radius of the D&H Railyards. Most are staying with friends and relatives for the night. Others have found shelter at the Riverside High School. Here's a number to call if you want to check out how they're doing. It's 562-2651. If you need shelter, call this number as well. Once again, the evacuation could possibly last through the night. Now, because of the train wreck, school has been canceled tomorrow in the Riverside District. That includes Riverside Votech students and students in music as well. Once again, no school tomorrow for these young kids. Other news now, it looked like a bomb was dropped on it. That's how one man described the debris after a series of explosions rocked a chemical processing plant today near Bath in Northampton County. The blast killed one man and left two others in the hospital. As Dan Gallagher reports, the investigation has only begun.
Shortly before 1 o'clock this morning, a 200-gallon chemical tank exploded at the Savage Industrial Plant in East Allen Township. The explosion blew a 20-foot hole in the roof of the building, releasing a cloud of toxic gases into the atmosphere.
It was reported by several people who were nearby that eye irritations had occurred, along with nausea and other medical and health complaints. At count, 24 people, including 5 workers and 19 firefighters, were taken to the hospital for treatment. One person at this time has been confirmed dead as a result of the blast.
The initial reaction of many local residents and officials was one of anger, and one of their biggest concerns is the George Wolfe Elementary School, which is located only a couple of hundred yards away from where the plant explosion took place.
This happened at 1 o'clock in the morning. There's a question in my mind of what would have transpired had it happened during school hours. It makes you really upset and concerned for the safety of the people of our community.
Investigators are now saying that the plant's owner does not have a permit to do the kind of chemical mixing which apparently set off this morning's explosion. Last year, the DER cited Savage Industries on violations that include chemical releases into the atmosphere and dumping in a nearby stream.
Have a release of any kind to the environment is illegal. Okay, they are in violation not only of the Superfund law, but possibly the Clean Air Act, as well as regulations and legislation from the Department of Environmental Resources here in the state.
The some 100 residents evacuated this morning are glad to be back in their homes tonight, but as the investigation into this explosion continues, they want assurances from state and federal officials that such an accident will never happen again. I'm Dan Gallagher, Eyewitness News, Nightcast.
The Savage Industries worker killed in the blast has been identified as 27-year-old John Buges of Allentown. The two co-workers still at St. Luke's Hospital, 25-year-old Kevin York of Saylorsburg and 33-year-old David Godden of Lehighton, both men in stable condition. A different kind of explosion was targeted for a former Lebanese president today, but the bomb missed its mark. For the fifth time in 20 years, somebody tried to assassinate Kamel Chamoun. A remote-control car bomb detonated in Beirut today, killing at least 3 of his bodyguards and wounding 35 others. Chamoun is now 86 and still active in politics, serving as Lebanon's finance minister. So far, no terrorists have claimed responsibility for this attack. The federal government has cited Amtrak for allowing 3 conductors to leave last Sunday's deadly train wreck without taking required drug tests. Amtrak officials say there's no evidence drugs played a role in the crash, which killed 15 outside Baltimore. However, the government says alcohol and drugs have contributed to several other major railroad accidents. Meanwhile, investigators have learned a key warning device was disabled inside the cab of a Conrail locomotive, which hit the Amtrak train. It's a whistle that's supposed to sound when a train runs a stop sign. When Eyewitness News Nightcast returns, we'll take a look at some educational projects, one involving the relatives of the Challenger astronauts, the other involving funding for advanced programs at Luzerne County Community College. Plus, President Reagan gets a clean bill of health. The details when Nightcast returns.
If you're interested in earning more than a paycheck, the Century 21 system announces a week of opportunity. Mark your calendar now for career sessions. Find out why we're #1, the best-known professionals in the business. Find out about our career track training, one of the most comprehensive programs in real estate. Call the Century 21 office nearest you and make a date with your future.
We're #1 to work for you. Century 21.
Don't miss the Century 21 Career Opportunity Week, January 12th through the 18th.
What irresistible force has emptied the streets, the shops, the homes of this Burger King town? This Burger King offer, the 99-cent Whopper. For a limited time, our juicy flame-broiled Whopper, fixed just the way you want it, costs just 99 cents. Now, more than ever,
this is a Burger King town. We know how burgers should be.
A Lycoming County jury will try again tomorrow to reach a verdict in a pornography case. A company that operates this adult bookstore outside Williamsport and one of its clerks are on trial for allegedly selling obscene films and magazines to undercover police. The jury must decide a First Amendment issue of whether the company violated contemporary community standards. The bookstore is owned by an Allentown-based corporation. The union for more than 75 Scranton city workers tonight rejected the city's latest contract offer. Money is the big gripe. Union leaders say the workers will stay on the job on a day-to-day basis. The union represents clerks, cleaning personnel, mechanics, traffic control, and public safety workers. Their old contract ran out at the end of 1986. A $6 million project unveiled today may move Luzerne County Community College into the world of advanced technology. The commissioners have okayed a plan to build a new tech center on campus. As Rich Noonan reports, northeastern Pennsylvania is gaining national attention for its high-tech push.
Luzerne County Community College is growing again.
The announcement is the construction of a $6 million advanced technology center to provide highly specialized, state-of-the-art training to thousands of current and future residents of the region.
At a news conference this morning, the commissioners and LCC President Thomas Moran were beaming as they announced the $6 million project.
You'll be going into the laser optics, you'll be going into telecommunications, very highly and very strongly into automotive technology, and I'm talking about the computer digital type work that is necessary.
The new facility will be built right beside the conference center here on the Luzerne County Community College campus. Now, if you think you've heard about this project before, you're probably confusing it with the Penn State Wilkes-Barre campus plan. They too announced plans just a couple of months ago to build a new high-tech facility. And although county officials don't want to start a competition between the two schools, it appears to have already begun.
First of all, we'll be able to offer, I think, more than Penn State plans to offer. Secondly, we'll be able to offer at a cost that is lower than Penn State will be able to offer it, thereby making it available to more people in this community.
Moran says he doesn't think the colleges will compete and hopes the centers can complement one another. There is more good news from the conference today. The project will be paid for by the state, and the rest will be paid on a 20-year loan. Moran says he hopes the center will be open by September 1988. Rich Noonan, Eyewitness News, Luzerne County.
Relatives of the 7 Challenger astronauts are planning a project to stimulate the study of math and science among young people. In Cambridge, Massachusetts today, Steve McAuliffe and Junie Scobie, who both lost spouses in the Challenger disaster, said they hope to raise $50 million. Money for an earthbound space station in Washington for children from schools around the country. Their fundraising campaign kicks off January 28th on the first anniversary of the space disaster. The First Lady visited her husband at Bethesda Naval Hospital today, where the president got a clean bill of health. Nancy Reagan said it was a lot easier to wave today than on previous days. On Sunday, the president had his semi-annual cancer check, prostate surgery on Monday, then a CAT scan of his abdomen yesterday. In every case, Mr. Reagan has been found to be cancer-free. Over to Mark Hiller now for a look at the weather. We could use some cheering up tonight. Are we going to get it from you? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Good. I think for early January, I think we've got some pretty decent weather in store for the next 24 to 48. But in the meantime, we're also keeping our eyes focused on the weekend. And will there be snow? We'll try and sort through the details with our AccuWeather report next on Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Fay's colorful new circular is chock full of so many popular items. Some people just can't wait to run on in.
Save on big 10-pack disposable shavers for men, ladies, or sensitive skin, only 89 cents. Fabergé organic shampoos, conditioners, and Aquanet hairsprays are just 99 cents each. And L'Oreal Preference hair colors. All popular shades are on sale too, only $3.99 each.
Fay's not your average drugstore.
Obviously.
Buy a Eureka vacuum cleaner now and get our exclusive double wire protection. It's protection so sweet, it'll sweep you off your feet. Get a full extra year's coverage, free, plus great savings on all these hardworking Eureka vacuums, but only for a limited time. Get Eureka's double wire protection and get swept off your feet today.
Available at Ganol Jones, Backway Service Center, and Arrow Sew and Back.
On the next Mama's Family, Mama's playing matchmaker for Iola.
So it looks like you're going on a date whether you want to or not.
But blind dates are not quite Iola's cup of tea.
Oh! You can't leave me unchaperoned. What if he turns out to be the lover boy type? You can thank me later.
But when Don Juan comes calling, will he woo the wrong woman?
Kiss me, you red-hot mama.
What? You Jezebel!
Romantic comedy at its best on the next Mama's Family.
Saturday at 7 on WBRE TV-28. Welcome back. You're going to find your temperatures overnight dropping down through the mid-20s, and that's not so bad for January. But if you combine that with a pretty good gusty northwest wind overnight, when you head out to your car first thing tomorrow morning, the wind chills will be a lot closer to zero. So bundle up first thing in the morning. Let's get a look now at temperatures across our TV-28 viewing area. And we start you in Luzerne County. Glen Lyon, just south of Nanticoke. On the east side of the Susquehanna River, it's 34 degrees there. Montrose, Susquehanna County, 33. 35 at Wind Gap in Northampton County. Minersville, west of Pottsville in Schuylkill County, it's 37. And in Williamsport, Lycoming County, 37 degrees. Now the latest from the airport in Avoca. Here we go. National Weather Service reports 33 degrees this hour. The wind pretty strong out of the northwest at 16 miles an hour. Relative humidity 63%. The barometric pressure now at 2990. It's holding steady. Your range and temperature today 38 and 28. The highest occurring at 3:30 this afternoon and the low overnight at 2:30 this morning. A year ago, the range and temperature 20 and 11. Back in 1907 is when we hit our record high for January 7th. That was 62. And the record low 4 above zero back in 1968. Sunrise sunset times for your Thursday, January 8th. 7:29 a.m. and 4:52 p.m. Hottest temperature came from way down south in Florida, Miami, picking up an 81-degree reading down there. And tonight you're looking at temperatures only in the 60s. 13 below was the low across the country, and that happened back at West Yellowstone, Montana, where again a lot of cold air is hanging on. Pennsylvania tonight, targeting temperatures falling through the 20s. And wherever there was a snow melt today, there could be a possibility there may be a few slippery spots. Combine that with some of the light snow that's falling, particularly in the higher elevations tonight. It could be slippery in just a few spots, but not a widespread problem. Eastern seaboard tonight. We get a look at Pennsylvania close up, and here's how things are shaping up. We do have some clouds filling the skies a bit. Kind of stubborn to break up, and that may be especially true up around the New York border tomorrow. Onto that national map. Again, there'll be gusty winds toward daybreak. It's all on account of behind this front. High pressure will continue to move eastward, but stay far enough back to our west to keep things from being all that calm. Gradually, though, we're going to stay dry and just moderately chilly for the next couple of days through Friday. If anything's going to happen over the weekend, it's probably going to happen Saturday. You're looking at a storm right now moving down the southwest. At this point, the latest computer probs show that we do very well stand the chance of some snow. Still a lot of speculation if it's going to be light snow or heavy snow, and we will continue monitoring this storm system. It depends on how much moisture makes its way north. But right now, we turn on the monitor to the panicky pick and rate your Thursday. Tomorrow, not all that bad. There'll be a bit of sun tomorrow, temperatures above normal, but the wind will carry a bit of a bite. Still, your Thursday rate's a 6, and whether or not it's your kind of weather, make the most out of your Thursday. AccuWeather time tonight, blustery and chilly with a couple of flurries and maybe a coating in the higher elevations. Your low tonight 26, and the wind chill by morning will be around 0. And tomorrow, periods of clouds and sun, a chilly breeze, but no more than a passing flurry. That high tomorrow 35, and tomorrow night fair and cold and 20 your low. And now the rest of that AccuWeather forecast. Friday, a partly sunny day in store with temperatures warming up well into the 30s at 37. Saturday, it will be cloudy and we'll risk the chance of snow, 32. Sunday, brisk and chilly, 32. Monday, cold with some sun, 30. And there is a possibility here, Vic, that toward the early part of the week, we could be looking at much colder temperatures than this. There may be an Arctic outbreak soon in our midst.
So the bottom line, enjoy this now, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. In sports, it was a big-time night of college basketball and high school wrestling. Jim will have all the scores and highlights on Nightcast Sports.
Get the Atlantic difference. 8% money market guaranteed for 2 months. Call 1-800-4-ATLANTIC or visit your nearest branch. Atlantic Financial.
To avoid causing a Big Mac attack, that craving that makes you drop everything for a Big Mac, McDonald's has calculated a safe viewing distance, 23 feet. That's how far I'm holding this hot, delicious Big Mac from the camera. Don't get closer to 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Can I eat it now? No. Another figure to remember is 27 seconds. That's the longest anyone could fight off a Big Mac attack. Lunch break.
WBRE TV-28 answers your stereo questions.
What's the difference between stereo ready and stereo capable?
Stereo ready means that the set has been engineered with tuner, amplifier, and 2 speakers for immediate reception of a 2-channel audio signal. Stereo capable indicates that minor modifications are necessary before the set can receive a stereo broadcast. Your owner's manual should provide further details.
Is stereo television really that good?
Yes, it is. Stereo television offers superior audio quality with significantly improved depth, clarity, and dynamic range.
Hear a true stereo demonstration at these Zenith dealers.
Come home to WBRE.
Time for sports and Jim Miller. A good night for home teams, right?
It was a clean sweep. All local college teams that played won tonight. Good evening, everyone. The University of Scranton Royals and the Monarchs of King's College both faced important challenges tonight on a very busy night of local basketball. John Long Center in Scranton, the Royals over Lycoming, 70-57. Scanlon Gymnasium, Kings over Bloomsburg, 77-65. Now some brief highlights from both of those games. The Royals used total team balance in tonight's game with 5 men scoring in double figures, and this basket by Jack Lisicki got the club going, and Lisicki comes right back to bury this shot from the key and the 6-point lead. Trailing by 11 at the half, Lycoming comes back. Jeff Jones drills this jump shot, 30-21 the Royals. J.P. Andreyko was the man for the University of Scranton tonight. Nice move inside for 2 of his 16 points. Then the jump shot for a pair, 7 in a row for the Royals, 8-2 overall. They knock off Lycoming tonight, 70-57. Game number 2 of the Monarchs of King's College continued their red-hot roll as Joe Flaherty hits this shot from the baseline. Bill Connolly comes back later with this jump shot to slow Kings down, but not for long. The power game inside comes into full force. The alley-oop backdoor pass for two, and Joe Flaherty finishes things off. Rick Southcott had 22 points, Ed Moyer 18 points, Joe Flaherty 16 points. Kings rolls over the Bloomsburg Huskies tonight, 77-65. Other college basketball, LCCC over Northampton Community College, 66-55. Bucknell knocked off Loyola tonight, 72-70. The Kings College women were also in action tonight following a 3-week Christmas and New Year's holiday break by hosting Mansfield University in the Scanlon Gymnasium. The final in this one, Kings College won it 97-51. Some brief action from this one. Mansfield took the offense early in the game. Lisa Hoyt goes off the glass for a pair. The Lady Monarchs came right back as Kathy Walsh finds Patty Thomas for an easy 2 points. And then Kathy comes back with a very nice drive, and the English off the glass for two. The final tonight in women's college basketball, Kings over Mansfield 97-51. Other local women's college basketball, Wilkes over Drew 77-47. Local college wrestling on the road this afternoon, it was Wilkes over Virginia Tech. The final was 47-0. Tonight, Lycoming knocked off Bucknell 27-18. A big-time night of local high school wrestling in the Wyoming Valley Conference tonight with the big meet showcasing Hazleton at Myers. The final in this one, a thrilling meet. Myers beat Hazleton 27-24. Now some of the highlights from tonight's featured attraction in local high school wrestling. The Mountaineers took an early 9-0 lead on a decision at 98 pounds, and in the second period of the 105 bout, Tony DeVias posted this pin at 107, and Hazleton was on the move. Leading 12-9 later at 134, Hazleton got a marvelous effort from Steve Fisher as he defeated state champion Tim Casey 3-1 to make it 15-9 Hazleton. Casey, who won the state crown at 105 last year, moved up 2 weight classes for tonight's match. High drama late in the match, tied at 18 all. The Mountaineers got this pin at 169 by Mike Moore in the second period, and the club had a 6-point lead, 24-18. But the Mohawks roared right back at 185 pounds. Matt Williams, at just the 42-second mark of the first period, posted this pin. It was all tied at 24, and the match came down to the heavyweights. With his parents looking on and cheering every single move, Charlie Fick posted this third period takedown with just 9 seconds left to post the 6-3 victory. The crowd went absolutely wild. Myers over Hazleton tonight in high school wrestling, 27-24. In other high school wrestling, Wyoming area beat Tunkhannock. Kaufman rolled over Bishop Hoban. Nanticoke knocked off GAR. Crestwood defeated Hanover area. Lake Lehman over Westside Tech. Pittston area Dallas tied 30-30. Valley West had a bye tonight. Abington Heights knocked off Bishop O'Hara 28-26. Full day of girls high school swimming this afternoon with a big matchup featuring Bishop Hoban at Valley West. A tough meet all the way. Hoban beat Valley West. The final was 98-74. Also, my sincere apologies to Eileen Conley at Valley West for placing her on the Bishop Hoban team earlier tonight at 6. Again, Eileen Conley swims for Valley West and had a fine afternoon. Final again, it was 98-74. The other meet this afternoon, Myers over Kaufman 120-40. Major college basketball action tonight. Alabama knocked off Kentucky. It was Georgetown over St. John's. Auburn beat Georgia. Duke over St. Joe's. Clemson beat North Carolina State. NBA, the 76ers over the Hawks. Boston beat Milwaukee. New Jersey over Washington. Detroit knocked off New York. Dallas beat San Antonio. The Lakers in Denver just underway. National Hockey League. The Flyers beat the Rangers. Vancouver beat Montreal. Pittsburgh knocked off Washington. Third period. St. Louis leads Hartford. Third. Winnipeg leads Buffalo. Second. Chicago leads Toronto. Second. LA leads Edmonton. Girls high school basketball. Hazleton beat Williamsport tonight 61-50. We're done, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Get the oxygen.
Yeah.
All righty. Here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers for you. The daily number 584, and in the Super 7, one winner tonight for $2 million. 2, 3, 13, 17, 26, 29, 33, 48, 56, 58, and 59. Good luck, everybody.
Una lezione. Parmigiano è delicato, romano è robusto, e Forsì è perfetto.
I'm Bryant Gumbel.
I'm Jane Pauley.
I'm Jerry Baum.
Today in 28 Eyewitness News, your morning team for all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
Join me for the latest local news, weather, and sports at 7:25 and 8:25 during Today. That's today for the stars, for economic forecasts and Willard's weather. Weekday mornings at 7.
And I'll keep you informed with the latest news and my complete AccuWeather forecast.
Today in the 28 Eyewitness News team.
Nobody works harder.
On the next MASH, Hawkeye gets bombed right in the operating room.
Are we dead?
Feels like heaven to me. And with Colonel Blake in shock, our hero takes charge.
Not only are we pinned down by enemy fire, we just got an unexploded bomb right in the middle of the compound.
But the hits just keep on coming.
Are you scared? Don't be silly. I'm too frightened to be scared.
And guess who takes a licking and has to defuse the ticking?
MASH, Thursday at 7 on WBRE TV-28.
A few closing words from Mark on the weather. What's up?
Well, tonight we've got some flurries around. Vic on that AccuWeather recap could put down a coating at some of the higher elevations, and it will be blustery and chilly. The low tonight, 26. Wind chills by daybreak near 0. Tomorrow, periods of clouds and sun. Your high 35. There will be a chilly breeze, though, but nothing more than a passing flurry in addition. And tomorrow night, fair and cold, says that AccuWeather recap. The low 20. The latest on AccuWeather on the Today Show. Vic?
And now, a fun story. If you still have some extra cash left over from Christmas, of course, everybody does, stop by Harrods in London for its annual sale. The upscale store is abuzz with bargain hunters. The big attraction is China, of course, but Harrods salesmen are hoping to get rid of a few baubles as well, like this one. An emerald and diamond necklace valued at a cool $135,000. Better hurry, though. The sale ends in 3 weeks. As Nightcast is Wednesday, Jerry Baum will have our next update during the Today Show. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on that chemical leak in Taylor, which has about 2,500 people evacuated tonight. Right now, it's The Tonight Show next on Channel 28. For everybody at Eyewitness News, I'm Vic Vetters. Make it a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.